Just a little bit more. Oh! Oh! You're gonna want to put that down. You don't know what the staff does.
All I know is that you're half god, and you need to go now.
You can't beat me.
We can try.
This world is full of magic. Wondrous creatures, dragons, and wizards all share it together. The Guild of Nova Nimbus rises at the center of it all, but its arcane power fractured with the disappearance of Ankh-Saram. With more questions than answers, the tides of magic have begun to shift, changing the world as we know it. Welcome to Fairy Tale Origins.
Would you look at that? Oh, it is good to see these 5 lucky blocks with my own eyes. Singular. Yeah, but it's great to see that the light gods have once again graced us with 5 lucky blocks by leaving over 1,000 likes for that monumental day we had. We have done quite a few things. We'll open up those lucky blocks later today, but for now, we have to relish in victory. Now, I was terrified. I wanted to lose my vampirism, but I didn't necessarily want to lose the horn if it meant all the things Michael wanted to accomplish, but he didn't get to do any of those things. Ankh-Saram is still trapped away. The light gods are still in full power. I don't have a unicorn horn. I'm not a vampire, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I seem to have something slightly different about me. Now, I'll let you figure it out yourself, but there's a halo. There's a halo on my head. It's replacing the unicorn horn, and I don't know, it's pretty great. Now, I have some theories about it, largely that it has something to do with the particles of the unicorn horn being smashed into magical dust, and oh, a vampire is coming after me, is he? That's new. Well, good to see we could deal with that. And a spider as well. Nice and easy. Man, I feel even more powerful with this halo on my head. Not that the unicorn horn was weighing me down, but, well, it was quite literally weighing me down. I was starting to get neck problems from having a horn poking out of my head at all times. But today, today is when we make things happen. Now, I've promised I will be the one to save time. So I've made a time grove, many different rituals at the ready to make time happen, to save it, to make sure time will begin to move again in as natural a way as possible. And at first I was thinking that I might have to sacrifice some nighttime to make that work, because the roots ritual that we have, I don't have the book on me at the moment, but it makes it so the days last longer and the nights are shorter, which would still mean movement. However, maybe not exactly the movement that we're looking for. But I've thought about it, and if I combine the magic of wizardry with the magic of roots and the time trees and watches of flowing time and everything else, I think I know a way we just might be able to make things get back to normal. Now, I've come to realize that wizardry, although it was not the most effective means of magic in the past, might be a little more doable now that I have this new halo above my head rather than that, fake plastic halo taped to the back of my head. This should be able to channel the magic through me without having to inject myself with mana steroids or whatever it is. So, I think I'm able to make a spell. Let's see what we can do here. So, theoretically, I should be able to make some stuff with the lightning, but I'm going to start smaller. I jumped to lightning first too many times. I think I can make a spell with burn, and I suppose we could go projectile or beam. Maybe we should start with beam, because that sounds fun. So I'm going to see if I can make this spell, and hopefully it'll work. This is looking good. Just need a couple more components here. And finally, nice potent Necropearl. This should supercharge into the pearl itself, give me the ability to cast a spell, and, well, get a little bit of a jump. Come on. Whee! Okay, that's just a little bit fun to do. Excuse me. I will now take this and... oh yeah, this is the time-slowing spell I just made. The one that you thought I was making is this beam burn spell, which seems to be successful. Check this out. So we should be able to, this is just a very basic spell, but we should be able to make a radius of this, or perhaps, you know, something greater, and be able to do a lot of burn damage. So it seems like when I use it on multiple targets, it doesn't do much, but the initial target, it catches on fire, most of the time. I've also experienced with a couple other spells, but let's check out this time-slowing spell. Because I was thinking, if I slow down my own time and move the world around me at a reasonable pace, maybe that'll just make the world move around at its regular pace? Right? That's what I was thinking. Look, wizardry and spells are complicated. It doesn't always make a ton of sense. But let's see if we can make some sense out of it. So, will this spell work if I slow down myself? Whoa, that's a magical effect. Good. Okay. That might just work. Let's give it a solid test. Let's fly through the air a little bit, shall we? Well, I'm gonna need to get this on. I'm gonna need to get the Visio mantle on. I'll put that other one back on in a second. But oh no, not the burning one. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's see if we can fly and glide. And now, let's go for a time slow. Whoa! Alright! So, that magic is working out just fine. So we have the time slow, we have that, and I've also made this self-phase low gravity one. Now I was thinking, if I can cast this on myself, maybe it'll help me fly faster, right? Because it should make the gravity lower, which I can jump a little higher. I don't think it's going to greatly affect my flight speed, though. Because, I kind of need the gravity to make the speed as much as it can, right? We got downward trajectory. That's how we glide. But it also has phase on it. So if I can, let's try to fly directly through the library, shall we? So let's see if we can do just that. And directly through the walls. Wow. That's pretty cool. Let's try this again. Let's try to go right through this cave. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right. It seems we have discovered how to utilize wizardry to our advantage. Now, of course, carrying around multiple staffs like this isn't the most efficient thing to do, but we'll figure out more about this and see if we can make it better, make that work out just fine. So that's pretty great. Anyway, I guess let's just go check on our prisoner before we fix time. Let's see if it...
Silo.
Excuse me?
Silo.
What are you doing down here?
Silo.
Yes, hello. What? How did you find... What are you doing here?
The reason I'm here
You
is
don't
not
want to
important.
touch that. What? Seems
Clearly.
a little important. Yes, I have the Guildmaster locked up. Can we talk about this somewhere else? I don't think
No,
the beams of
here.
sunlight are safe for you.
It's fine. You know how long you've been doing this for, right? Beams of sunlight don't hurt me as much as normal sunlight does. It's the naturalness of the actual sunlight.
But there's some anti-magic enchantments there, so just don't want to... Fine. Alright, if you think you're fine, fine. So?
Why?
What are you doing here?
Why? I knew I sniffed something. The reason why I'm at your base is unimportant. But
That's kind of important. It's the reason why you're
Look.
down here sniffing around. You could have just asked. You could have knocked.
could I have? I don't know if we're really friends anymore.
What? Why wouldn't we be? You got rid of my vampirism? You gave me this cool halo?
What, you know, we have history.
Yeah, I get it. You had me under a vampiric influence to get me that far, but...
We don't need to talk about that.
No, I feel like it's something that we can't exactly ignore, though.
But you know our goals and how very different they are, and you think I'm sure you think I'm evil. I'm sure Mario told you.
I don't think he had to tell me. I think
be honest
most
with
of
you,
the motives the only reason I'd let you get anywhere near my unicorn horn is because of that stupid vampirism.
And now it's a halo, okay?
Yeah.
And now I'm stuck like this.
Seems good
So I'm
things
finding
come to
any other
good
reason-
people.
What are you trying to say? Saying I'm not a good person? I'm trying, okay?
I don't feel like you're trying very hard.
I fixed you, did I not?
Yes, you did, but that was because you had an extremely extreme motive behind it.
Because I want to fix myself.
Because you wanted to resurrect a god.
Does that really make me evil? Does that really?
I feel like that's not a good thing. You can't say that you're doing a nice thing for someone when you're just doing it to get things for yourself. That's not how good deeds go.
To be honest, I could have kept you as a vampire and it would have hurt me no less than it does now. Actually, it does hurt me without you being a vampire. The larger my bloodline is, the stronger I am.
I feel like your bloodline's large enough.
It's not, really. And I know he's one of them now. I can sniff it. I can...
Yes.
Is that why he's there?
Well, mostly because he attacked me and tried to kill me. But, yeah, vampirism, it doesn't help.
Why did he attack you?
Because he thought I was evil? And he's crazy? No!
Are you?
What is wrong with you?
Just...
Put that weapon away.
My best friend? My horn? My vampirism?
Yeah. Sorry things aren't working out for you. Seems like karma's finally caught up.
Karma? I was trying to reverse karma. I joined you.
That's the worst thing you can do about karma. You can't...
I joined
Get
you
out.
in Mario. No.
No. You're gonna want to put that down.
I don't.
You don't know what the staff does.
All I know is that you're half god, and you need to go now.
You can't beat me.
I can try. And if I die trying, then it doesn't matter.
You can't die either. You're a stupid vampire.
Just because I'm a vampire doesn't mean I can't die. Ow. It takes a little bit, but you know what light does to me.
Yeah. I can see what it's doing to you. You want some fire as well?
No, not really.
Lightning?
Hold on. No.
What else,
None of
huh?
that.
What more do I
just
need
want
to
be
show you?
normal again.
If you want to be normal again, I can help. But if you keep trying to fight me, you're going to make an enemy.
What do you think is gonna help?
I don't know, but we can find something. Attacking's not going to help.
Don't
So either surrender, or I'll have to deal with you like I dealt with him.
I don't believe you.
Why not?
Because you keep calling yourself Lord of Everything, and then you think you can give me the horn and it shatters.
Well, you kind of were asking for the horn. I just wanted it removed. And it was removed.
Just... if I take you down, then maybe things can finally go back to normal.
No! I'm sorry, but your theory about Oxaron being inside of me is wrong. There is no way he's any part of me right now. I haven't felt further from him than I am now.
And you won't matter if I give you a good snack to test the theory, now would you? Alright, get over here, Shiloh.
Not working out, is it? My turn.
What?
Well, now that he's been dealt with, I guess we can get time fixed. I was gonna feel bad about making it suddenly daylight for a vampire, but I guess I'm not too worried about that anymore. So let's get this staff out. Not the burn. I've tried some projectile burn ones as well, and of course the lightning. But we're going to need time slow right now. So, with time slow, with our different ritual magic, and with this entire grove of saplings from the Twilight Forest that can manipulate time itself, we should be able to make this happen. So I'm wondering if I'll be able to light this with a staff. Let me go actually grab that burning staff to see if we can light it with that kind of magic. And with this many trees activated with the ritual as well, we should be able to shift time. So let's start by activating this thing to maybe speed things up. Let's slow things down so now the frozen time is well, you know, created by me. And this should be able to get it going. There it is. Just a little bit more. Oh! Oh! Would you look at that? The ritual of light worked. Now we just gotta hope that we can make it so it doesn't pass through night super quickly. Because that's kind of what the ritual of light's supposed to do. Slow down the day, speed up the night. But maybe now, if we simply destroy all of this, let's turn that off. And, I guess how can we destroy this? Well, it doesn't hurt to shoot a little bit of light directly into it. And a little bit of breaking the pyre. That'll work, right? I think now the ritual will cease to end. The ritual's still going. Oh dear. Okay, how can we block out this ritual? Maybe I can slow it down? Oh. Come on. I did it. I think it's done. It's daytime, for one. Daytime's something I haven't seen in maybe a month? I don't know how long it's been, but hello. Clouds, hello, sun. I guess I've seen little glimpses of you, eternal twilight, but now it's bright out, and not just because I have night vision. Alright. So this should keep things moving. Well, now that I finally got that fixed, and vampirism, I guess I'm just free to do whatever I want to do now. So let's just calm down and work on some magic. Because, yeah, that is a moving sun. Huh, almost surprising to see it. So we have the power to slow down time now with this, which means I think we put another tick in the title. We have 1, save time, and 2, but look, we're taking 2 ticks. 1 for directly saving time once again, and 2 for having a spell that we can manipulate time with. Now all I need to do is be able to manipulate time on a higher scale, and we should be able to make this work. So, how will I make that happen? Well, with more wizardry, I think. So, I don't want to make it on such a large scale that we actually affect the natural cycle of time. However, I would like to make it so we can affect a person, multiple people, enemies, with this. So what would I like that to be? Would I want to touch them to make them slower? That might be useful, but perhaps it would be more useful as a projectile that I can fling at them at a range. Then while they're stuck in a, slowed down time, I could make that, well, they'll get slow. And then I can make a move. So, I think all I would need to do is do projectile and slow time. Slow time being right about here. So with those 2 things, we should have enough. Now, do I want to make this do anything else to my opponent? I think disarm would be fun. If I'm going to actually be using these spells, I'm going to want them to do things that, well, will help me with more than one thing. Because I can't go carrying 30 staffs around. I already are carrying around 6 bags of powders for the roots magic, and more stuff for everything else. So, let's see. We can put them frost. They'll slip and slide as if they're on ice. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Cools liquids, extinguishes fires. Maybe that would be more circumstantial. Crashing fall, I don't think we want to do for that. Burn, this isn't necessarily something to hurt people, rather than just, slow them down and make them drop whatever they're holding. That could actually be a very effective combination, because while they're struggling to try to get to whatever they dropped, I could, run in and pick it up. So it'd be the most effective use of disarm, and a very, reasonable side effect for the time slow. I don't think they need to thrive. If they levitate, that could be fun as well. So let's try this. Let's try to make them slow time, begin to float, and then drop their weapon. Because I think that would be pretty fun. So for the projectile, what can we upgrade with this? Ooh, how fast it moves and how far it can shoot. I suppose if I can make this like a, a sniper shot across the map, it could be very effective. Time slow, I can make the power of how much it's slowed. I don't think that affects anything. Oh, literally time slow is the effect. Yeah, so I don't think powers anything super interesting. So let's just add the time to it. Oh, it's just giving me the description for all of time slow. It deletes an enemy's time. It can suspend their time completely. Well, I don't want to suspend time. That's literally what I just fixed. but we should be able to do a few other things. Let's see, more of an area for telekinesis. I don't think we necessarily need that, and disarm doesn't have any bonuses either. So let's give this some more range and some more speed on that shot, and that should be enough upgrades to make a pretty effective spell. I mean, if it works. Just because I have the unicorn horn changed into a, halo, doesn't mean it's necessarily going to work. Thought I lost the halo for a second there when time fixed, because I didn't see it here. But that should be completely fine. So, what are the ingredients I'm going to need? Let's grab the book, and let's take another look at it. We're going to need a lot of things, I'm imagining. Yep, that's a lot. 5 dragon's breath? I don't have 5 dragon's breath. Okay, so we're going to take this back to the drawing board and see if we can make an easier version. I believe the time is probably the lapis. Let's see what I did. Let's take a look at what I might have done so we can just figure this out together. So, it was time slow, projectile. So, ooh, it might be the speed that the dragon's breath is. Let's just try doing the range and the time and see if that works out. It's not going to be an effective spell since it's all linked together, but we'll at least be able to see the components. And the components list, which we can kind of see. Okay, this will work much better. It's going to use up a lot of devil's dust, but we can make that fairly easily. So let's make the spell go telekinesis, time slow, and disarm. And I forgot things again. It's alright, I got this. Time and range. Now it's going to be a slow moving projectile, so unless the target's not moving, I'm not going to be able to get him at that far for range. Almost done. Just got to get this devil dust into here as well as the pearl to finish it all off. Wow, when you have a lot of ingredients, that's a lot of stuff going into there. But hopefully this should be nice and good to get us the spell we need. I guess we better grab a staff as well, throw a bunch into here just so we can do this a little bit quicker. And hopefully this should be perfect. I didn't see the explosion, but I guess it happened. So we got our telekinesis, time stop, and that. Now, this would be most effective to test up against a person. So I guess I might hold a wave meeting. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't really hold a wave meeting considering I, you know. Maybe I'll just contact Mario or someone else about it. But for now, kitty cat. Ooh. I don't know if that did anything since, it's my cat. So, well, with night actually coming down now, yeah, I know, you're welcome. We should be able to find a zombie to test this out on. Maybe even better, a skeleton so we can see if it disarms. So, kitty cat, you just stay over there. And, oh, sweet, sweet constellations. Welcome back to the skies. Oh, man. That is a good sight to see. I'm gonna probably see these lighting up again. That's crazy. We got our Mara right here. We got Bootes over here. We have, I'm just seeing if I can remember these for my own sake. This is probably a Vorcio or Fornax. No, that's Fornax. This is Avitas. And is this Decidia? I think that's Decidia. Because I don't think I have a Visio one set up. But we got Avitas, Mineralis. Ooh, I should check it. That's what I wanted to see. There's Fornax right there. No, that's not Fornax. That's, I don't remember. I said it a second ago. Shut up. But now that the constellations are actually back in action, we should do much better. So we got Bootes, Mineralis, Lucerna. Don't seem to have any sign of the hidden constellation, which, an hourglass might have been nice, but eventually we'll find it. It's just probably the rarest constellation out there. They can't all be super easy. But let's see if we can find a skeleton. Or, better yet, I have plenty of spawn eggs that I could test something out with. I don't need to go lurking around for a skeleton. Well, yeah, let's use one of the spawn eggs. Because all we should need to do is get some with a weapon. Zombie Pigman has a sword, right? Yes, you do. Sir, you're going to be my test subject. Uh-oh. Huh. It's not disarming you. Oh! I mean, it is disarming you, but what is this? Is this the sword? Is this Well, something seems to be happening. He seems slowed down, right? I certainly disarmed him. I don't know where his sword went, though, so maybe we shouldn't really test this out on allies while they're holding anything valuable. But, buddy, come fight me real quick. I want to see if this had a major effect on you. Oh, geez, my burnout is pretty high as well. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try a nice direct hit. Okay, so the time did work, but it was super quick by the sound of it. That one just missed. Alright, so this spell might not be flawless, but some of it is working sometimes. Now I'm just out of mana. And the burnout is completely maxed out. So I'm going to want to use spells that can work efficiently if I'm going to be continuing down the path of wizardry. And now that everything's possible, I might as well do so. So I suppose the light gods will let me know if there's any spells they think I should test out. Let's just go look through the book really quickly so they can get a good little view of all the potential spells we could be using. Because some of them are pretty unique, but it's also going to take a lot of trial and error for each and every one of them. We have the Anti-Gravity Well, which can repulse entities around me. Probably not super necessary. Breaking Blocks, I kind of got spells that do that already. Burn, that's damage. Crashing Fall sounds extremely fun to use. Disarm sounds very useful. Frost sounds pretty fun. Gravity Well draws in entities around the target. That might be, ooh, a Gravity Well with the Disarm might be a good way of stealing enemy items. Illumination, we have our own wand from Astral Sorcery to do that. We'll just light everything up with Star Magic. We have Low Gravity, which we have on one of our spells. That doesn't seem super massive. I don't think we really need to worry about that. Phasing is extremely fun. Placing, we got that under control. Reinforcements, I already tested out, doesn't work. Substitute, that might be some of the teleportation magic we've seen Hannah use. Okay, I don't see that being extremely useful for me, though. Telekinesis, potentially useful. Wasn't working against that pig zombie. But Thrive, we kind of got that covered. Time Slow, if we can make that work better, for sure. Vanish, potentially really great. And Zoom, potentially really great. So, of course, the Light Gods will let me know if they want to see any of these spells in depth. Oh, yeah, and Lightning. And Leech, we didn't look at. We'll deal magic damage, and if the target dies, I take some of their mana. Not bad. And Low Gravity. Not super important. But yeah, those are the options. Leap. Did I just miss half of these? I guess I did. Leap will thrust me upwards and forwards, so maybe I won't even need the Avitas, rather the Visio wand. But I suppose I would just be trading one wand for another, so unless I was to couple that up with something else based on mobility, it wouldn't really be all that useful. But look at that! Time is moving! Good to see. One other thing I want to do before I forget is figure out how to use this injection chair. I need a garlic injection, which should be known how to create by most vampire hunters. And I think I remember Mario saying that he was a vampire hunter now. So maybe I'll be able to talk with him about permanently injecting myself with garlic and no longer being in threat to become a vampire. Not that that's even possible anymore. I'm wondering, will the power of light just repel vampires from me now? It's possible. Oh, but Aurora! Oh, that wrong spell. Okay, this is really tempting to use on one of you. I'm going to use it on you, Zaya. Didn't seem to do anything. So, we'll just leave that be. But Aurora, I'm not a vampire anymore! Huh? Ooh, I just realized my dragons are going to get to finally wake up! Okay, so as soon as that moon goes down, we're going to see our dragons awake and happy. Wake up, yes! Alright. Pelotrio, nice to meet you. This is the real me. The real me that's not a vampire. Good to see you. Lucerna? Jeez, you're getting big. Might even be able to ride you soon enough. You're still stage 2, right? Ooh, but less than 12, well, about 12 days away from being able to ride. Good to see. We're gonna have to decide what kind of armor to get for you two. Let's see, Pelotrio, you're probably getting iron armor as the Dragon of Darkness. Lucerna, gold armor as the Dragon of Light. Well, that might be decided, but let me know, Light Gods, if you think I should do anything different. And Aurora. Aurora! Are you finally, you're probably just still napping. No, you're not napping! Aurora! Fornax! You're awake! This is good to see. Fornax, you are massive. Massive. You want a little pat on the back? Come on, let me give you a pat on the back. Pat, 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 pat. There you go. Whoa. Halo doesn't seem to be able to follow your movement very quickly. But I wonder what happens if we fly around on you. Okay, no, the Halo does seem to keep relatively still. So let's see if we can get you down here, Fornax. I still didn't forget about you. We're going to make a nice little fiery section over here as well. But Aurora, I'm better now. Thank you for your concern. I know you were napping like the whole time. But give me a sniff. Yep, see? I'm all good now. I'm all good. And you are huge. This is big. You know what? You're as big as, if not bigger than, the dragons you were named after. Ever think of that? You're Aurora the Third, but you might be the biggest one yet. So good to see. No evil wizards are gonna take her away from me. Nobody. Nobody at all. So, I guess speaking of evil wizards, didn't have to be this way. You've done this to yourself.